Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the PM silver bullet for Wednesday, April 24th. But first I'm going to show you a trade I took during lunchtime. And if you watched the previous video, it was our silver bullet trade that we took up here. Took from here and down to the previous day low, or sorry, previous day high right here. But if you look, the price just continued to drop. So from previous day low is where I got out to down here was another almost 100 points. And that was a 100-point trade. So it could have been a 200-point trade. It would have been an amazing day, but didn't take that, didn't expect that. So always leave a runner if you can, but if you're trading minis, it's kind of hard to do sometimes. So depending if you're funded or unfunded or in an eval or whatever, or trailing drawdown things. But if you have micros, it's always great to leave a runner and just kind of let it go. Anyway, so this is what I saw when I came to the charts. This right here, there's no divergence right here. Okay. But when you go to, I go on my other screen here, and right here there is SMT with ES. Okay, so right here is ES with SMT. So now we're looking for a breaker to go long, to go higher, right? So what I did was I didn't like this. This would be a mitigation block. I'm not a huge fan of mitigation blocks, and so I marked out this order block as my breaker. So yes, when I'm normally trading, this is my order block, right? And then as it's getting traded into, and then when it gets traded past, now this becomes my breaker right there. Okay. So if I'm looking for it to be to treat it like to go long, because of SMT, I automatically just change it for breaker, so I know as soon as it changes, I'm ready. If the next candle comes down, I can take a trade. I can. Doesn't mean I will, but it says I can, right? Ideally, I like it to come up a little bit and come down. I don't like the intermediate ones, but sometimes those are really good trades because it's trying to get somewhere in a hurry. So I'll show you. Right here is where I entered, so I will buy here. Take a long position. Let's put it right here where we have it. And let's move our stop to where we had our thing right here. And right to this high right here. Let's move this down to right there. Right. Oh, come on. Right there. All right. Why that high? Okay. So obviously it's a major high right there, but here there's actually a better reason for it. If you took, let me just click this. If you took the, oh, come on, you took a fib and you went from this high to this low, equilibrium is right here, right? If you're expecting lower prices or you're expecting a retracement, you want them to at least go to over 50% and possibly higher if you're going to come back down. And so if we're going up, I'm expecting to at least go to 50%, and that's right where this is, and that's great. So I fill in this 1 hour for value gap. So that was why my trade was set for that. 50%, which I liked it. So let's go here. And I took this on MNQ, not micros versus minis. So I'm just showing you on this because I have it marked up here on this one. All right, so I took that trade right here. Let's see how it goes. It turns out. Here, let me zoom in a little bit here too as well for you. You can see it better. Hopefully that's better on the video. I don't like watching the videos when they're too zoomed in either. So Okay, count the P rays. 1, 2, 3. Overlapping, so I count that as 1. So let's go to right here. Oh, what am I doing? There's 1, 2, 3. This was 4, so I should have moved it to right here, and then this one created 1, so 1, 2, 3. We might get, I don't know if we'll get stopped out or not, but this is how, if you keep moving it, if you're on a funded account, this is how you'd be doing it. Maybe just move it back here so you can see it better. One, two, three. So I'm going to go to the bottom of this 5-minute fair value gap. Oh, let's go right here. It's fine. There's 3. There's one more little tick. Right. That's right there. Okay. There you go. All right. There's our $1,500 trade. 69 points. I don't know how they do their math on where I got out. Like it's a 688, so I got out up here at the high, not down here. It's just how they do their thing. So there's the trade here. Now let's get to the silver bullet hour. So I'll show you. Let's do this. Let's make sure that it goes like this so we can see everything. Okay, let's go like this, and here we go. All right, so when this created this high here, right here, should have stopped at 1 before. There is SMT with yes. Okay, this happens to be working well, right? Now, where would I mark this? Look at this thing. Pause the video, and where would you mark your breaker? Okay. Well, you could mark a mitigation block here if it trades beyond it. You could actually take one of these if you wanted to be one of your breakers blocks. I didn't use those. I used this one. Why'd I use this one? Because as right now, it's sitting on top of a 5-minute, 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, so use that breaker. You could use, and again, this is a breaker. This is a breaker. This is a breaker. So you can use any of them. I use this one because it was right on top of the 50-minute fair value gap. So let's see how it trades through it. Okay, now touching the P to stay high again. And right there, you got entered in. Right there is where you'd get entered in. I know that just from this day that I know there's a higher candle that can get me semi closer to my entry, which was right here. There's also a fair value gap right there, obviously. So my entry would have been here, but because we're going to have to take it now here, we'll go like this. Let me see where I was aiming for here. This is just 3 to 1. Okay, this is just 3 to 1. Okay. All right, so let's go here to this, right here, and let's go 3 to 1. Come on, right up one more. There you go. Okay, ideally you would have got hit on this fair value gap here. I'm sorry, at the breaker block there, but this is not how Tradingview works, so we shall see what happens here. Let me make sure we're like this. Let's see what goes on. All right, at that point, I'm already going break even. Try down at the bottom of this fair value gap right here. Okay. Might go to the, I mean, you're locking in 90 points. We're already at 515, so that's fine. I want to see how it trades up here. So it looks like this 15-minute fair value gap is holding pretty well. So I'm going to move my stop to the order block, lock in 200 points, because just not really a huge fan of this 15-minute fair value gap holding price. None of the bodies. Look at my crosshairs. If you look at this, is about 50% right here. None of the bodies have closed below that, but they've wicked down beyond it. So not a huge fan. So I'm bringing my stop lower to capitalize, at least to get 200 out of this deal versus just break even. Yeah, you could let it play more, but this is telling me that it may go higher. At least it doesn't want to go low right now. So you've got 10 minutes here that it hasn't. So it's just better to be safer than sorry. It could very well just crash, but which is right now what it looks like it might be doing. Okay. Awesome. We just traded beyond that fair value gap, so we're good there. Now, ideally for me, if I was trading this one, I would be right here just because we're so close to our target here. So, okay, well, and there you go. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's see how the rest of the hour did. So if it goes much lower. It does. Okay, let's review these trades. Let's lower this and there you go. Let's get them both in here. All right, so we came to lunch hour and we saw that there's SMT here, and this filled in the daily gap, opening range gap. And so we had SMT with ES, and so we were looking for a reversal potential, and so we saw this breaker block, traded through it, traded the breaker block, and traded it up towards the high here, which was also the EQ equilibrium of this big range. So we took this high right here. Now, did it go higher? Yes. We were just aiming for this high. I just took our trade and got out. Then right before the silver bullet hour, the PM silver bullet, we saw SMT with ES. Well, we want to see how that treats us, right? We picked a breaker block that we liked. It was sitting on top of a 15-minute fair value gap. So I wanted to see the price trade down and up into it. So I'd fill that fair value gap as well. And as it hit the breaker block, it hit the breaker block, and then we took our trade, right? We were aiming for the 60 points, just a straight 3-to-1. And we got that. And that was pretty much all that trade was for. We just did a straight 3-to-1. You could aim for these lows, you could aim for things, but we already went up and down. I didn't know how much we were going to aim for. There's another reason why I aimed for this thing, but I'm not ready to show you that right now. So it's just straight 3-to-1 ratio is a good target. And that was your PM silver bullet and your afternoon trade setup using the Kraken suite of indicators that you can get at ICTKraken.com for all the indicators for one low price.